I love video games. Boom! Pop! Whoa! I'm never actually going to be able to date Colonel Sanders, but through the power of technology, I can. Ever since my brother was gifted StarCraft Brood War, I have been infatuated. I would be extremely disappointed with myself if I never made one of these incredible pieces of media in my lifetime. There's just a couple small issues. I would have a better chance at landing a plane than writing a single line of code, and my artistic skills challenge that of a 6-year-old. Yeah, that looked good. I'm hungry now. Which are like the two most important things about game design, I think. But my mother always told me I am an ideas man, and ideas I have. Humanity leaped into star travel many centuries ago, and we are close to uncovering the secrets of the universe. Many believe the final piece of the puzzle lies within a rare and unique resource, only found on a remote planet light years away. Its properties allow the creation of technology yet untapped by humans. Aging may be halted, weapons the likes of which have never been seen. Star speed will be increased 1 million-fold. The problem? This planet is completely hostile in every sense of the word. You'll have to quickly set up a line of defense from your limited supplies that come in drop pods before the locals pay a visit. As you can imagine, they're not very happy about your intrusion onto their property. I'm thinking top-down hexagonal turn-based gameplay, so very claustrophobic, not knowing where the Zerg-like aliens are coming from. You could set up stuff like scanners to get more range or give you early warning signs, but the thick foliage would make it difficult to traverse through the terrain. There'd be base building aspects. You'd be able to call reinforcement drop pods down. Maybe on other missions you can't. I don't know. Anything is possible on territory. I'm pretty proud of coming up with that. Don't steal it. I'll sue you. What is the most popular medium that is related to by many people across different media? Slimes. What is the most popular type of video game? Battle Royale. Bear with me, okay? It'll get better. You could find like different plants or like bushes and that type of thing, and you could evolve your little guy to have like different traits and stuff. I just realized my neighbor drove past and probably saw me ranting and waving my hands about. You'd start as just like a blob, only being able to like dash into other players and dealing a little bit of impact damage. Oh, what's this? A spiky bush? Now you can run into people and deal a lot more impact damage. Oh, what's this? A beehive. Now I can fire a bunch of homing tiny little baby missiles that go and hit your face or whatever sensitive tissue that slimes have. Of course, abilities would synergize with each other. So for example, you could get like a poison aspect and then growth enhancement, and now you're just a Discord mod. So that one's not really good, but I don't have a name for this one and a lot of the games on this list. So if you've got recommendations, leave them in the comments. You're a little fox living in a quaint, peaceful village of critters. One day, this tranquility is torn asunder by a raiding party of thieves and criminals, killing and pillaging everything except for the village elder, who they figure is going to die off soon enough since he can't fend for himself anymore. But you survived. Evidently, the world is not as wholesome as it used to be, and this calls for a change. Leaving your hiding spot, the Elder will instruct you on how to rebuild and strengthen the village. You'll embark on a non-linear world where you'll have to hunt, forage for resources, and rebuild the village. You'll even find friends along the way who'll be able to build up the village and strengthen it and give it different tools and abilities and all of this sort of cool stuff. 2D? Think Tales of Iron, but much more exploration. I want a full world you can explore to like each corner. I'm thinking like 2 or 3 major kingdoms at the borders of these worlds. These will be really important for the story. They'll be standoffish at first because most outsiders are bandits or thieves, but trading and completing quests for them and that type of thing increases their trust and in turn benefits. You can only align yourself with one faction though, because they are at war with each other. Depending on which group you choose to ally yourself with will give you a different ending, so, you know, replayability is there. You'll definitely want to ally yourself with one of them though, because those bandits that originally killed all your friends do not like leaving loose ends. As the game goes along, you'll get raided by tougher and tougher enemies, so it's this mash of like going out exploring the world, making friends, and then bringing those resources back to the village, bolstering your defenses, training troops, that type of thing. I had a dream. A dream of a game so revolutionary and so bold that it would completely change the status quo. Spud, Special Potato Underground Division. Potatoes battle it out using every garden tool available, including shotguns, machine guns, probably other guns, to blow each other to high potato heaven. We got power-ups, we got guns. Look at this, potatoes plus guns. Need I say more? You'll remember I mentioned StarCraft at the beginning of the video. My brothers and I spent quite a lot of time playing Blizzard's other RTS, Warcraft 3 as well. Needless to say, I have a warm spot for these grungy old top-down RTSs. This next idea was a blend of my love for the old, as well as excitement for an upcoming game called Arklands. I love this art style. The colours pop, and we can't forget about those thick black outlines. We melt all these creative juices together and get this. I haven't actually drawn anything for it yet. The setting is a woodland where factions are on the verge of outright war due to the forces of nature being offset. The Rotspawn elders have been possessed to spread their kingdom of decay across the entire realm, while the small folk frantically rally their forces to push back the oncoming stinking horde. Much darker and older threats lurk unseen in the shadows for the time to advance their insidious plans. Each faction would have unique units and abilities to play into their theme, would have to have normal online and LAN multiplayer. We got to bring the LAN parties back, guys. That's when the world started going downhill, was when we stopped having LAN parties. There'd also have to be a storyline for each of the individual factions. I'd hope to get 3, maybe 4 different factions with their own storylines and all of that. I think that would be so cool. Like, I loved the Warcraft 3 single player campaigns. They were awesome. I'd love to see more of that type of thing. The RTS genre has not seen any new life in it for a long time, so I think it's well overdue, and I think a lot of people share that same sentiment. Ooh, looks like we saved the best for last.
A bright future ahead. Humanity is striving forward. The galaxy is almost ours. Help us reach out and rightfully take it.
The scholars speak of prophecies foretelling our domination once again. I fear they are misled by the quickly fading echoes of our past. Yet our light will not so easily be snuffed out in this putrid galaxy. You drove me to this desperate state. I had pride. I had dignity. Now, we are the throng. The writhing mass.
3 factions, each vying for control over the star system. Not unheard of. Well, what if we made this FPS, and each player is an individual in this massive war? On first booting up the game, you make an irreversible decision to play one of the 3 races. You cannot turn back. And from there, you upgrade, train, and build your character into the hardest warrior you can. Still not impressed? Okay, what if every single battle mattered for your faction? What if every single victory counted towards advancing on the planetary scale? One season the humans do really well, they're expanded their territory by 8 planets, but maybe feeling the pressure, the the hive mind alien race find a new mutation to help push back and regain their lost ground. How cool would that be to reward people on an individual level, to take notice of every player, and even if you're not that great, you can still contribute to the Great War. I'm doing my part. I know a project like this is way too big for me to handle on my own. Like, there is absolutely no shot that I'd be able to program one of these races in my whole lifetime. So I would need a team for it, but that would be so cool. I think that would be so awesome to have like a living, breathing game that is constantly updating on like a planetary, massive universe scale, depending on what the player does. Like, that would be so awesome. But yeah, I definitely need a whole team for that, and a lot of money, a lot of funding, which I don't have. at all. So thanks to this video's sponsor. I've already fleshed out like a bunch of abilities and world building and stuff for a lot of these games. Hopefully at least I'll get to do a couple. And you know what? Tell me in the comments which one you like the most. I might start work on it. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll make a video about that. See how easy it is for someone to make a game from zero experience whatsoever. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Always appreciated. We'll catch you later.